Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. Last week, on Thursday, I had the great honour to go to a special gala dinner that was hosted at a restaurant, a new restaurant called Olympus, down in Surrey Hills, and the dinner was in aid of raising some money, meeting, greeting and honouring three of the core team members of the Greek national team who played in the Euro 2004. People who are deemed as national heroes because Greece won that cup. They were the 125-1 rank outsiders, a team that had never scored a goal at an international tournament like the World Cup or the Euro. But when I look at the lead up to this competition, they had a new coach, Otto Rehhagel, a German who didn't speak Greek, didn't read Greek, a German coach who was successful in his own right, and he'd taken over the team. And when I look at their qualification for Euro 2004, it's quite interesting to see what they did during 2002, 2003. They were in Group 6, and they were in a group that had teams like Spain, Ukraine, Northern Ireland, Armenia and Greece. 5 teams with only the top 2 teams qualifying. Greece got off to their qualification on shaky ground, having lost to Spain 2-0, and I think also they lost to Ukraine. But believe it or not, they topped the group with 6 wins out of their 8 matches, and Spain finished second and had to play off to see if they could make it to Euro 2004. So we're talking about some pretty good teams, and in hindsight, it's really important to understand that it was so key for Greece to win its groupings, and otherwise it would have been in another group, which was a very, very tough group that had teams like Spain, and the Netherlands, and some really, really tough teams. So the fact that Greece made it through and were the rank outsiders is interesting. But when you look at the fact that they made it through with the most wins in their group, I think that in itself may have given some people some hope that this team here was maybe a little bit better than some of the other teams that had gone and had been thrashed in international competition. I think at the 1994 World Cup, where Greece went to America, they lost every game in their round and had 10 goals scored against them and didn't score a goal. On the night, I think George Karagounis, or one of the three players, actually said that Greece had never scored at a World Cup or at a Euro Cup before. So we're going into a competition where nobody has ever scored a goal. And you know that in order to qualify and to progress to the knockout round, you've got to win or come second in your group. So the interesting thing is, I guess looking back, Angelos Charisteas scored a number of goals in the qualification leading up to Euro. I think he scored 3 goals. Basinas scored a couple, and a couple of the other players scored as well. And Angelos Charisteas was very, very young. He was about 22, 23 years of age. And on the night when he was interviewed, somebody asked him, what inspired him to get into soccer and to become a centre forward. And he said that one of his coaches once told him that because of his height and his stature, he stands at 191, which is almost 2 metres tall. He was told to make the most of his God-given talents, which meant that to use his height and to become a great attacking forward who made the most of the limited opportunities that would come his way. So just looking back, Nikolaidis scored 2 against Armenia, Charisteas 2 against Ireland, Northern Ireland. Giannakopoulos scored 1 goal against Spain. Charisteas scored his 3rd goal, another 1 against Ukraine. Vrissas scored 1 against Armenia. And Tsiartas scored a penalty goal against Northern Ireland to give them 6 wins out of the 8 matches that they played, which, as I said, got them to the top of their grouping. The other interesting thing that I learnt on the night was when the captain of the Greek national team, Theodoros Zagorakis, said that to understand how good this team was, you had to look and to try and remember who was left out of the team, who was left out of the 23-player squad to represent Greece, to be able to savour and to really know that these players were the best. And interestingly as well, most of the players who played for the Greek team didn't play internationally. The majority of them were playing in the Greek National League. The ones who were playing outside of the National League were players like Charisteas, Zagorakis, and Karagounis, whereas the rest of them were all playing in the Greek National League, which once again speaks volumes of the quality of the players to come out of Greece. They were Greeks playing in Greece. And the other good thing about this team was that they played as a team, and Zagorakis said, we put we ahead of I, and the team was united as one and had foregone and let go of all the politics and rubbish that happened in that 94 World Cup in America. Take care, bye.